Hey, scrappy friends, and Happy New Year. Taking part in a hop today called Creating with Sketches, highlighting the new sketch ebook from Allison Davis for Scrapbook Generation. So, first of each month, we are going to be highlighting a different sketch. Now, the whole concept of this ebook from Allison Davis is there are sketches in it. So, we've got 5 single page, 5 double page, and it's all about how to adapt the sketches. So either you haven't used sketches, or you love using sketches, just want a few more ideas. And yeah, it's all focusing on how to adapt the sketch to work for you. And there's like something like 25 variations of each sketch. So this month we are working with one of the 2-page sketches, and I've decided to go with a single page variation of that sketch. When I saw the sketch, I thought, oh, how can I get this onto one page? And then flicking through the variations, lo and behold, perfect for what I wanted to do. So I am also, as well as creating with sketches, taking part in the month-long Baby Got Scraps hop. So I'm not going to be doing it every day. But those days that I am posting videos in January, I am going to be taking part in the hop as well. So the concept for this is that you do only use one full page of pattern paper or cardstock, and then everything else on the page is either scraps or from small pads, small paper pads. So I'm using this 12 by 12 piece as my background, and then these different scraps for the strips going across the middle of the page and for the mats for the photos. I'm using Discover and Create from Vicky Boutin as well for this layout. Now, I do decide to do some stitching, and that does go a little wrong, and I'll show you that in a minute. So I'm just matting all the photos. The little ones, I think, are about 2 by 2, or might be a little tiny bit smaller than 2 by 2. And then I've got 6 by 4 photo there that I've actually created a collage of 2 photos, 2 3 by 4 photos onto the one 6 by 4. And then I'm going to distress everything. So each of the strips that I have done going across the page, I am going to distress. So now I don't show you doing all the distressing, so I just start it off, and then I'm going to cut that out and jump to when I'm sticking everything. Also, don't worry about your strips not going all the way across the middle. If they're going to be going covered completely a section by photo, make them work, cut a bit out. Okay, so here's the stitching. So I was just showing you there where I've stitched across the top on the background, and I hadn't meant to. I only meant to stitch across the top and the bottom of each of the strips. So what I've ended up doing is cutting the strips away when I finished doing the stitching. So I've just cut that big panel away and then stuck the panel to a blank white piece of paper. I've still got the 2 strips from the top and the bottom that I had stitched the top by mistake. So that's all in my scraps bin now for this collection. But yeah, so I've done the stitching, and I stitched the wrong bit, and I've had to cut those bits away. Now here, just laying the page out now. So I've got my focal photo there on the little photos on some 3D foam, and I've put the top of the title there. So these are from the, as I said, Discover and Create. So I've used from sticker sheet there for the title there and then, and the pictures of me and my husband and my brother and my sister-in-law, or the one of just me and my sister, sorry, and brother-in-law. I've brought them up in 3D foam, and then the one with my friend's husband in the middle of the 4 of us, just there, flat to the page. Say friend's husband. Chris is a friend, not just Nikki's husband. So this is when we went to Liverpool for the Christmas markets. The 2 weeks before, I can't remember. It was the start of when I started feeling rubbish. Was a couple of days after this. This was just before I got COVID. It might have actually been the restaurant on this trip where I picked the COVID up. Who knows? But yeah, a few days after this is when I started feeling rubbish again, and I lost my voice completely the following weekend. So just a few selfies there. The boys had decided that they were going to do bar humbug on the first selfie, which is why my husband and my brother-in-law look miserable. So that because they decided between themselves that they were going to do bar humbug. We've then got the picture with Santa, which is, I love that picture. And then in the restaurant at the end of the evening. So just going through the embellishments now. I'm using the sticker sheet here. I love these little circle embellishments and the big flower clusters. I do end up pulling bits I've already stuck down up to tuck the flowers underneath. So yeah, I mentioned earlier about this being too hot. So you've got the creating sketches, which is quite a few people taking part on the first of every month to highlight this great ebook from Alison Davis. And then there's also the Baby Got Scraps, which is every day in January. As I said, I'm going to be dipping in and out through the month with that. I'll have the details for both of these hops in the description box below. Okay, so got the die cut ephemera out here, and just I pulled out all the flowers because I didn't spot the third flower cluster in the stickers, so I thought, I need to get some of the die cuts out and do the flower clusters, and then spotted the third flower cluster in the stickers after I'd sorted out what I'm doing. Really like these buttons, but couldn't really make it work. And then with this piece down the side, the big leaves, I have cut them because you're not going to see all of them. So cut some of it off, and so you're not, losing the bit that's tucked behind. Find a couple of more of these circular stickers from, with like the pie chart kind of colourful thing on there. The one at the top, the amounts of times I change my adhesive choice on the back of that for 3D foam. And again, cutting the flowers up here to tuck them behind things so that they are, not wasted. I've got bits that you're going to be hidden behind photos to use on other layouts. There we go, changing the adhesive on that circle again. I do move that about a lot. My intention was to do a lot more layers on this, but I get to a point where I'm actually really happy with it. I've got more, points of embellishment than I normally do, but I've got, I think the focal 3 clusters there with the flowers and the circular embellishments kind of still gives me that triangle, even though there's, a fourth point there with the flowers in the middle of the title. So yeah, I do add a camera as well from the sticker sheet at some point, just lifting adhesive back up there again to tuck things under, and that is nearly done. There's the camera. There's another banner that I put on and some of the puffy stickers in a minute. Please, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button and hit the thumbs up for the video. Really great to hear from you in the comments if you want to say hi. And as said, the hops this is part of, I will pop the info in the description. So please check out everybody else taking part in those 2 hops. Finishing off with some puffy hearts now, and then that'll be it. Thanks so much for stopping by. Take care. Bye bye.